What happens when Tulsi Gabbard, a former congresswoman and soldier, takes a seat on The View and decides enough is enough? Let's just say Joy Behar wasn't ready. This wasn't your typical morning TV chatter. This was live TV fireworks. Tulsi came locked and loaded and the target. The relentless smears against her patriotism. By the end, Joy wasn't just caught off guard. She was left stammering as Tulsi calmly dismantled her arguments piece by piece. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. The moment Tulsi stepped onto the stage, you could feel the tension. This wasn't just another political guest segment. This was personal. After the usual pleasantries, Joy, in her usual style, tried to steer the conversation with a softball question about impeachment inquiries. But Tulsi wasn't here to play along. She interrupted, her tone measured but firm. Before we get into that, Joy, I think it's important we address something. Recently, on this very show, I was called a traitor, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, even a useful idiot. Let's set the record straight. Joy's smile froze. It was clear she hadn't expected this. Tulsi continued, her voice unwavering. I am a patriot. I love this country. I've served it for nearly 2 decades, first as a soldier, then as a congresswoman. I took an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and I have dedicated my life to that cause. The audience was dead silent. Even Whoopi, usually quick to jump in, seemed caught off guard. Joy, visibly uncomfortable, tried to interject. Well, I was just about to ask, but Tulsi wasn't finished. Joy, when you and others on this show throw around baseless accusations, it's not just insulting, it's dangerous. It undermines not only my integrity but the very foundation of honest political discourse.
And you've been skeptical more than a lot of the Democrats about the impeachment inquiry. Were you surprised by what he did yesterday?
Well, look, the facts are important, and we'll get to that. I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Yeah. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves. But
The conversation then shifted to Hillary Clinton, whose infamous comments labeling Tulsi a Russian asset had reignited the controversy. We actually have the clip, Whoopi chimed in, trying to regain control of the segment. As the footage played, Hillary's words echoed. She's the favorite of the Russians. They're grooming her to be a third-party candidate.
We actually have the clip of Hillary Clinton, just to put this in context of what we're talking about. Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of, sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. That's assuming Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
The camera cut back to Tulsi, who simply shook her head. This is the kind of rhetoric, she said, that fuels division. It's baseless, and frankly, it's beneath someone who once held the highest office in the land.
You shot back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country.
Joy, clearly flustered, attempted a deflection. But don't you think people have the right to question why you've appeared on certain platforms? Like Tucker Carlson's show? Tulsi didn't miss a beat. Joy, let's talk about that. I've gone on multiple platforms, including The View, to share my message. Unlike some, I don't believe in preaching to the choir. I believe in reaching across the aisle, engaging with people who may not agree with me. Isn't that what democracy is about? The audience erupted in applause. Joy, however, looked like she'd rather be anywhere else.
I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves, but Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing. Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why
you're on
I'm
Tucker
here.
Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
But Tulsi wasn't done. These baseless smears aren't just about me. They're about sending a message. If you dare to challenge the status quo, if you refuse to toe the party line, you will be attacked. That's not democracy. That's a smear campaign. Joy, attempting to regain footing, responded, but Hillary's concerns were about foreign interference and Tulsi cut in. Let's not hide behind foreign interference. This isn't about Russia or bots. This is about silencing dissent and controlling the narrative. And I won't stand for it. As the segment wrapped, it was clear Tulsi had made her point. Joy, visibly shaken, tried to smooth things over with a half-hearted joke, but the damage was done.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in
But you
such
called
a way.
her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such
too.
a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform. I'm speaking out against that and
What's
to
your evidence
change
to that?
to change.
Well, can I?
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's
exactly.
she's a
I served
warmonger. How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq.
The internet wasted no time, with clips of the confrontation going viral. Viewers praised Tulsi for standing her ground and calling out what many see as a biased, one-sided media narrative. So, what do you think? Did Tulsi handle this like a pro? Or do you think Joy had a point buried somewhere in her deflections? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. There's plenty more where this came from. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next one.